Hi, everybody. Welcome to Here's the Scoop. I'm Derek Springer.
I'm Josh Davis.
I'm John Normandin.
There, see, that wasn't so hard, was it?
I suppose it wasn't.
See? All right. So, anyway, this is the second episode of Here's the Scoop, but also like the 43rd of, of the original, the whole thing that we've been doing. It's just really complicated. It's best not to ask. So, what's going on, guys?
Oh, man, not much.
Well, that's the show. Hope everybody enjoyed it.
We'll see you next week. All right. Well, yeah, I went to a Christmas party for Annie's work on Friday. Had a good time there.
I saw the pictures. You both looked very nice.
Oh, well, thank you. Yeah. That was a really nice photo. So then we had until 10, so we stopped off at, I told Johnny about this yesterday, we stopped off at this brewery in our neighborhood, and it turned out to be the coolest place ever. It's called Printers Row Brewing Company, and it's in the old district where they used to do like a bunch of bookbinding and everything. That's the name. And so it's in this corner building, like where like the building comes into like a triangle at the end. So it's triangle shaped, and then seating area is roughly about, I would say, half the size of Ted's Coney Island in the downtown Port Huron area.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah, it had about 10 or 8 or 10 tables, and then behind the counter they had about 3 medium sized, I guess, I don't know, vats where they were brewing and everything, and like the beer they had for sale, like if you wanted to get a can or something. It was just basic aluminum colored cans with a white label, and then they wrote the name of the beer and then the percentage in Sharpie.
That's kind of cool.
Like, I was like, this is a really cool place. Yeah.
Yeah.
So that is Printers Row Brewing Company in Chicago. I don't know if we could advertise on here, but I'm just giving a shout out. It was a really cool place. They had games,
PRB, penis rubbing butter.
Vibes were really cool there. They had board games and everything. And everybody there seemed pretty chill. So,
well, yeah, because they were all drunk.
So now you can go back in there and you can take them this episode and be like, "Hey, check it out! I plugged you. Now you can give me some free beers."
There you go.
Oh, there we go. There we go. Yeah.
Work out some kind of deal with them.
Yeah.
I mean, John's back there advertising McDonald's.
That's
right. I mean, this shameless commercialism is not going to fly, guys.
Right.
The funny part is I had to hold it backwards to get the logo on there. The hole's right there, so I didn't actually get any in my mouth. I just went.
There. Now I'm selling Matt and his octopi.
That'll work.
There we go.
That'll work too. Oh man.
I have to move that back though. That's super rude. All right, we're good.
Yeah.
All right.
Well, why don't you push the artist who made that hamburger for you?
Oh yeah, that's Sean Farquhar and his brutal fattery art and Twitch and all that stuff.
Well, there you go.
Super good.
All right.
I've got more of his stuff that needs to go up down here, but
yeah,
I've got so much stuff. I'm halfway through rebuilding the drum set again.
Oh, for crying out loud.
I know. Well, I found a whole bunch of hardware that I didn't know that I had, because it had been just hanging out in a burlap sack in the guest room closet in the very bottom of it for years and years, and long forgotten. So I'm moving the drums to a 1 up, 2 down configuration as far as the toms go.
Yeah.
Instead of the 2 up, 1 down mounted on the bass drum.
Right.
It's gonna be really, really awesome. But Yep, it's not finished. Not nearly.
That's okay.
Yeah.
It's a work in progress, like always.
Of course, like all of us.
Oh no, I'm finished. I'm done. This is as good as it gets. Sorry, guys. I gave up like 12 years ago. I figured, what the hell, it couldn't possibly. There's no way to improve this, and I'm not saying that in a bragging sort of way, more as like a cautionary tale.
No, I think you're golden. Yeah.
You're so wrong.
He's just trying to have sex with you.
Yeah,
I know. He got real handsy on the way home from Kalamazoo. He kept saying, "Oh, I was just reaching for the donuts. Those were in the back seat."
Oh yeah.
And this isn't going to stand, Josh. I'm sick and tired of this being sexualized by you.
Well, if you didn't want me to touch you, maybe you should have let me buy you a Coke and some Skittles at the gas station.
Well, I don't eat Skittles. The Coke you had me on, okay, that's fair. But I thought you were going to say, if you didn't want me to touch you, you should have kept your pants on. I mean,
well, that too. I mean, you can't, flash the goods and expect that.
I mean,
that's fair. That's fair.
At this point, I'm not sure who me too'd who.
We me too'd ourselves.
Okay,
I took advantage of me.
I mean, you guys are probably both canceled now.
Josh tried to roofie himself while he was driving. I thought that was a bad idea and talked him out of it.
I just wanted to see what would happen.
That's fair. There's a time and place for experimentation, man, and that's not it.
Would it be like Ambien, where I'm asleep, but I'm still functioning?
That's how I spend most of my life, and I've never taken Ambien in my life.
I did one time. I took Ambien, and I tried to stay awake, and then I was reading a magazine, and like the pictures of people in the magazine, they would turn their head and look at me, and like their mouths would start moving.
Ooh, well, that sounds fun.
No, no, it does not. Holy monkey! Okay,
I wasn't doing taking Ambien experimentally. Actually, it was like, I need to, some sleep.
That's fair. That's fair.
Yeah, I got it from a doctor, not Dave on the corner.
Hi, everybody.
Yeah, I was just gonna say, with his name, Dr. Nick.
Holy smokes! You need booze.
The cause of and the answer to life's little problems.
It was an army. Hollywood Upstairs Medical College too.
It was an army doctor, so it was probably Dr. Nick.
God!
May as well have been Dr. Nick.
Here's a Band-Aid and some oxys. That bullet hole's fine.
If you come back 2 years later shooting heroin, it's not my fault.
That's right. That's right. I told you to take them sparingly. Sure, I gave you a 5-pound bottle of them, but I told you to spread them out. So what about you, John? How was your week?
Oh, it was a week. Got through it. Sarah had a couple days in Chicago with her best friend, and that was good for her to get out of the house, get a little break, and we missed her, but she's back now, so it's all good.
Hooray!
Yeah.
And your dad juiced your daughter with sugar and sent her home.
Well, yeah. I mean, there is that, and then yeah. So that was cool. He came and stayed with us on Friday night while I went to work, and yeah. So that was nice. We got to hang out a little yesterday, and we worked on the snowblower. And
cool.
I think we're going to continue to work on the snowblower because it is not running at the mo. So
That is unfortunate.
That's all good.
I hear you. I hear you.
We'll get through it.
Well, yeah. I mean, you managed this far, right?
Yep. And your week, you did not work, yeah?
I did not. I had.
You did not work for wages. But
okay. There's
put
that.
in a lot of time.
Yeah.
I don't know how much you want to talk about that.
Well, I feel like we can talk about it because honestly, the person that we're doing it for doesn't listen to this. So I think it's okay. So let me explain this. About a year ago, I've mentioned her on here before. My friend Jill, her husband Tom, passed away. Tom was a musician, played country music his entire life, worked so hard and wrote so many songs. Like I've got probably 5 gigs of songs, and they're all MP3. So that's a lot of songs.
Wow.
on my computer right now that I'm going through and cleaning up as best as I can to make them presentable and listenable. And one of the tapes was a 6-song EP called Arizona. And you guys heard them. The quality of the tape was straight garbage.
I mean, there is no quality to the tape.
Whoever mixed them, I don't know what they were thinking. Honestly, if Tom did it, I have to assume it was in the early days of 4-tracks and 4-track recording, and he just couldn't figure out how to get the mix just right. But it was just like overwhelmingly bad sound. It's distorted. It's just.
I mean,
awful.
yeah, the age of the tape itself. I mean,
I'm gonna have to guess that it's at least 30, maybe 40 years old.
I mean, the fact that you can pull anything off it at all is crazy.
So what I had this brilliant idea to do, after the last Beatles song came out a couple weeks ago, I watched a small documentary about how they did it, and then I watched a video from a guy named Rick Beato. We've talked about him on here before, John.
Oh yeah, that guy is great.
Yeah, and he talked about how that song was made and how they managed to get John Lennon's vocals off of the tape without the piano and all the noise and the buzzing that's all the way through it. Because I've heard the original tape, and there's this loud buzz all the way through the whole thing, and the piano is on the same track as the vocals, so because it was just a cassette player. Well, Peter Jackson, who did that Beatles documentary last year called Get Back, his team developed a software that can separate everything individually, the vocals, the guitar, the bass, drum, so they could remix all of it. And also so they could pick up little bits of conversation that were covered over by music, because that's what they did when they didn't want the documentary guys to hear what they were talking about.
Oh.
Yeah. So like John and Paul would be on the other side of the studio, and the camera guy standing there with the boom mic, and George would turn up his guitar and start playing so nobody could hear what they were saying. Yeah.
That's cool. But now they found a way around that.
Peter Jackson's guys developed this software to remove the guitars so they could hear everything.
Wild.
I was like, that is fantastic and kind of creepy, really.
Yeah.
But it worked to my advantage. And when I saw the thing that Rick Beato did, I was really fascinated by it, and I had this idea: if I could find a way to get the vocal tracks off of this horrible sounding tape, clean them up as best as I can, then I thought maybe the three of us could redo the music and present it to Jill as like Tom playing with our band.
Hell yeah.
And I asked the guys, and both of you jumped right in right away, and I really appreciate that. And right now I'm 3 songs in. 2 of them are okay. One of them, I think my bit is totally finished. That's the one I sent you last night, John.
Yeah.
And so there's 3 more songs after this, and one of them I'm not entirely sure I'm going to be able to do, but I have a backup plan for that. So we're doing this so we can present it to Jill, Tom singing these songs with all new clean music behind it. And also I'm going to talk to her when we do give it to her and tell her, that we would like to release this as an EP featuring Tom.
Yeah.
And we'll do digital and physical releases of it. And all of the money that we make from any of it is going to go directly to Jill. We're not going to make a single cent on it.
Oh, absolutely, yeah.
Because she's got like a small pension and a very small Social Security that she's getting every month, and that's it. So any little extra money,
Sure.
and I figured this would be kind of a neat deal. So we'll probably be releasing it, assuming she says it's okay, right around the first of the year. So, and then I said all that money is going to go right to her. I think that would be I think that's a neat Christmas present.
Heck yeah. Oh man. So you know what that means though? That means album art and
I got it covered.
Stuff. You got it? Okay.
I got it covered. I've got some design stuff all set up and some photos and all that I want to use. So I think we're good to go.
Oh, that's awesome.
Mm-hmm. So that's the plan. And hopefully people will buy it because we put a lot of work into this. and also, I just think it would be cool for Jill to get a few bucks out of.
Shit, I'll buy a few copies when we're done.
So will I. Yeah. And Tom's thing was he was upset because like he recorded a lot of stuff. Some of it was just him and a guitar. Some of it was him using a keyboard. I think that's what he used on Arizona, and it was just it recorded so loud that it distorted everything. But he also did studio work with a live band, and none of it ever got released for sale. So he never made a penny off of any of this stuff. And so I think this will be a nice little tribute to him. So that's what the plan is, guys.
It's a great plan.
Now everybody's officially in on it. Yeah. And all of you listening, all three of you listening, don't tell Jill.
Nope.
It's supposed to be a
under wraps.
That's right. So that's how my week has been spent working on that. Yeah. And oh my God, what a nightmare.
Oh boy, yeah. Right. I could tell by your messages on Friday. That
oh God, dude, I was so frustrated.
Yeah.
Well, the problem is, it's not really a problem. Like the songs, they're good songs and they have really interesting chord changes in them, but it also has like dozens of chord changes in them. So like every single verse is different. The way that the chord progression goes, different chords come in and go out. And so I'm having to figure those out as I go along. And I found another program that kind of broke it down and sort of has an idea of what the chords are that are being played. So really? I can kind of follow along with that too. And
right. Okay.
Yeah, it was really cool. It was a free app called Chord AI.
Chord AI. Here,
I'll send you a link to it.
Yeah, because I was having some issues like that as well, like with Arizona. Like,
yeah, that's what that one in particular.
Yeah,
holy cow, there's a ton of stuff in there.
Yeah, I was like, okay, this sounds good right here, and then like I was like, wait, no, this does not sound good. Yeah,
but but I'll send you the link for the app. And
absolutely,
it's super cool. It's reasonably accurate. It's not like 100% accurate, but it'll get you close so you can figure out, oh, okay, well, it'll say like an E minor, and then 2 beats later, it'll say it changes to an A minor, and then the next measure is an A minor. That first A minor doesn't belong there. So it's just an E minor to an A minor. That's it.
Right.
But it'll get you in the right spot for it. Okay. So you'll know where to work from.
Excellent. Yeah, and if awesome. Yeah, and if you want to if for time's sake, and if you want to just send me something where you're like, just play this,
I a rough idea.
Yeah, okay. Just play this. I won't be offended at all. So, yeah.
Well, you know what? I'm gonna try that with the one that I sent John last night. I'll send you that with the bass line. And I'll even send you a tab for it too.
Excellent.
I'm gonna re-record drums today as soon as I finish getting the kit put back together.
Okay.
Which songs?
Well, I know for sure Nostalgia, because that one's mostly bass drum. and it was overbearing so much that it was covering over the snare, even with the filters that I put on that fixed it for Arizona style.
Right on.
So that one definitely, I have to look at the other ones and see what comes up with it or what I can come up with it. Sure. But I mean, I feel like probably any of the slower ones are probably going to have to be redone, and I'm sorry for asking you to do that.
No, dude, not at all.
I feel like a big dumb turd. You spent a whole day recording all that stuff, sweating your butt off.
Dude, no, it's my bad because like I didn't even realize that bass drum ring was present.
Oh, it wasn't the ring.
Stopped recording. Well,
it wasn't the ring itself. It was just the sound of the bass drum hits, because like the snare is buried underneath everything else. The bass drum is the most prominent thing, and the cymbals. The cymbals actually were just about right.
Well, see, and I think I figured out, and I was talking to Josh about it yesterday. Like, I think I've figured out how to monitor stuff properly at this point, which is definitely going to be a huge help.
Certainly.
And B, I'm going to try a different configuration on my mic setup, and I'm really hopeful that between those two things, I can kick you over some top notch.
Excellent. But honestly, like the cymbals, if you can leave them the way that they were when you recorded the last time, those sounded fantastic. All of them did.
It should be pretty close.
That little fade out has me concerned.
I mean, I'll keep your feedback in mind.
Okay, my advice.
But
and this sounds like the most obvious thing in the world, but like, just record a little bit, listen to it, and get
right. Yeah,
just adjust it. But the two things really, just bring the snare up and bring the bass down.
Yeah, I could do that.
I got faith in you. I know you can. Yeah,
I can do that. Just this.
Yeah, well, do them one at a time though, because you don't want to.
No,
just no.
I'm going to do them at the same time with my dick.
Oh.
Okay, well then that means next time I come down there, I am not making any adjustments to the mixer, no matter how much you ask me. My balls have touched at least 3 of those channels, and I'm not telling you which ones.
All right, I already know. It was 6, 4, and 1.
No. See, you're not supposed to tell me. That way, it's a surprise, and it'll keep me away from it, because I can go, oh well, I can adjust those other ones.
Oh no, I thought you were saying that you would put your balls on the mixer already. And I was saying it was 6, 4, and 1.
You could tell by the taste.
I taste it.
You know what?
These 3 channels are so salty. What's up with that? Oh, there's a hair on this one.
Oh, there's another.
Should it be this long?
Why is this?
He's been saving
braided.
He's been growing that one since he was 13.
That's right.
Oh, well,
my junk has dreads.
I hate to cut us short, but with the recording that we all want to get doing today, and then all my other Sunday stuff that I've got to take care of around the house, it might be prudent for us to go ahead and wrap this guy up.
I think that sounds like a plan, because I want to get on there and start working on that some more.
Hell yeah. Well, it was good to talk to you guys.
It's good talking to you too, buddy.
Good to talk to you guys.
All right. Always good. Yeah, I'm so excited. We're gonna get this wrapped up for Jill, and hopefully for everybody. It's gonna be real great.
I think it's gonna be rad. Yeah. I really do.
It will be rad.
It will be rad. Say it, John. Say it'll be rad.
Say it'll be rad, John.
Say it, John.
Say it.
John, say it.
Say it.
Say it.
It's gonna be so rad.
That's it. Oh, there we go.
Please. I have a family. Let me go home.
you guys. Thanks for scooping with us.
Can you guys hear me?
Yes.
I can, yeah.
Fuck, I can't hear anybody. Son of a
Oh
bitch.
no.
Oh,
Back in a minute.
okay.
Good thing.